morning. It's Friday, August 2nd, and thank you for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Randy Ramsey, Executive Director of Southwest Alternate Media Project and HCC Adjunct. I'm here with Benjamin Escobar, our HCC TV production specialist, who is co-hosting with me this morning. So, Benjamin, good morning, and let the folks know where they can find us.
Yes, good morning, Randy. And they can find us on Houston Community College's district Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston Community College District. You can also find us on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV, our own TV channel, where you can catch a rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Thank you so much. It's always like so nice to know that people have no excuse for missing our happy time in the morning.
Yeah.
As HCC gears up for another Mattress Mack School of Selling, its trainer is here to tell us all about it. Austin Tenette of the leadership business coach, Trans World Business Advisors, and HCC's Entrepreneur in Residence. Good morning, Austin. How are you today?
Good morning, Randy. It's so great to be here. Thank you.
We're so excited to have you, but we're going to start, since it's Film Friday, with our first guest, our Film Friday guest. We are talking about Richmond, the city of Richmond, and its outdoor weekly film events, which are super exciting. So Barbara Magana Robertson, which I know it's supposed to be like manana, like lasagna, right? And I
You're
totally
right.
butchered it.
It's Barbara Magana Robertson, but you got the
Got it.
Barbara right, so I'm good to
There we
go.
go. Okay, good. Barbara's with us today. She's the media consultant for the city of Richmond, which I love, by the way. There's so much good stuff down there and like 3 restaurants that I adore. So welcome to the show. We're looking forward to hearing all about the movies at Wessendorff.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. And I appreciate you showing some love to Richmond. We're excited to be able to do an event like movies at Wessendorff for our community and for our residents. And, it comes from the leadership, City Manager Terry Vella and our commission, our mayor, Becky Haas. It's for the community. And that's what movies at Wessendorff are all about.
So I know we're going to talk about that in just 1 second, but I also want to point out that Richmond is very film friendly. And in fact, we have a lot of your locals going to be at the media conference in August. So we're super excited. But as a filmmaker, thank you for being film friendly.
You're
But
welcome.
let's
So
go
many
ahead. Yeah.
scenic locations throughout Richmond. So I feel the vibe, of being like a film director. I see those visuals that are all around the city, not only the historical area, but I mean, just recently we had a train come through and it was a steam engine, and so many beautiful videos, TikTok videos, movie videos, film videos were shared on the social media. So there's other people that recognize it. So thank you.
You're welcome. So tell us all about, the details about the movies at Wessendorff.
Absolutely. Movies at Wessendorff is Wessendorff Park is strategically right smack in the middle, centrally located in the city of Richmond. And every first Friday of the month is a free, yes, I said the F word, the free movie for residents and community and those who want to come and visit, that can come and see a movie. Some of my best memories in childhood is being able to remember, oh, where I watched this movie. Now, I may be showing my age here, but it was such a big deal. Like, where were you when you watched Jaws for the first time? Or where were you when you watched Jurassic Park for the first time? So these are those times where families can really bond together and start those memories. I think I used to cry with my brothers and sisters at Wizard of Oz, which has been one of our past movies that we've had. But movies at Wessendorff is just an idea to bring that offers for the community a place to come as a family or as a date night to come and watch a movie. And we really target our demographic now, which in that's the amazing thing, where you see families come, bring their blankets, their chairs, and they come and enjoy the movie that is on hand.
So I know that hopefully cooler weather is coming. Thank you. And October is coming. So do you have a theme for October?
We do have a theme for October. And matter of fact, that's a great question because throughout, we run from March through December, and meaning that we try to tie it in to something that may be going on that month or make a good summer film. And you talk about the Texas weather, the Richmond weather. Well, Wessendorff Park is such a great location because it's almost like a Michelle Moore, who is one of our community specialists. She likes to call it the bowl, and in that bowl, because it's a little slant, I would call it a hill, a Texas hill. So it's very nice to breeze that comes through there. So amazingly, you're not sweating and wishing that you had ice packs with you. So it's a nice little breeze that comes through there. But we do have great movies that are coming up that are always timely with some kind of holiday that may be going on. We are always pushing, harvest time, Halloween time. One of my favorites is Christmas time because we have Polar Express. And, today it's the second. So it's the first Friday. We have Mummies. And, it's a great little detective animated movie where they have to go find this ring. So it's always something that's going to be going on that hopefully hits our demographic.
Well, I love it, and I love the small town feel of it. And I've been down with Michelle to one or two of those because she and I are friends. So it's a good time. And we have friends there as well who've been several times, and they say that, it's more than just the movie. There's popcorn, there's water, and that's great, but there's so much else to do down there. So you have a farmer's market coming up too, I understand.
It's also the same day. So on that first Friday for the City of Richmond, we try to have a community event where you can kind of just make your time, go down there, spend the afternoon, go into the evening. Terry Vella, who is our city manager, she has one of the best quotes. What's better than watching a movie under the stars? Well, that's what City of Richmond is doing. So we do have where you can enjoy, the farmer's market, pick up some goods, perishables, fruits, whatever it may be. And then you can physically walk over to the park and lay down your blanket, your chair, set up the family. And when you go out there, you've been out there, so you can see generations of family. A lot of people are looking for things to do on a budget, and this is a free event. Free popcorn, and this is through collaborations that we've had throughout the years with different associations. On the one that they give free popcorn is the Rotary, and so it's just always a good collaborative effort for at the end of the day for family fun.
Well, and that farmer's market is really great too. I mean, I've been there, and there's a lot of great vendors, and it's just a fun night. You grab a little something to eat, and you go and have a little picnic, and you watch a movie. And I've done it with my kids and our friends who live down that way, and it's been a great day. So I know this is part of the plan as Richmond, as we all in this area get bigger and bigger. But can you just give me a little bit on what the next part of Richmond's comprehensive master plan is?
That's yes, comprehensive master plan is kind of our guideline, our guidance that we try not to weigh from it. And this is one of the things to be able to keep the charm. If you go to Richmond during any time, when you look at the Morton Street, you kind of get the feel that it's the hallmark of Texas. Definitely during Christmas, you'll be able to see some of the tree lighting and the lights that are strung about. You get that holiday vibe. So this is by keeping the charm, we're keeping the character that has been important to Richmond throughout the years, throughout the decades since its conception. And with that in mind, we really think about recently as part of our comprehensive master plan, we had a survey, and in this survey, it was revealed, kind of surprisingly to some, that we're not an aging community. In fact, we're a breeding ground for families who are young, that have young kids that are moving to the Richmond area. And it's some of these great master plan communities. So for the Wessendorff, the movies at Wessendorff Park, that's exactly what we're kind of catering to, the demographic where grandma and grandpa can come out there, but also the young families can come out there. And what did we just do? We created an event where the entire family can enjoy.
And I think that's so great, and what a great asset for everyone in the city, because you want that small town charm, but also you still get the ballet and the opera and all of the film events that are around and everything else. It's really, really terrific, and really not just for people in Richmond, I think. But thank you so much, Barbara, for being with us. I hope we see you again soon. And I'm super excited about all the upcoming offerings. And thanks for being our Film Friday guest. And we'll have all the information about your events and your upcoming stuff in the post after the show.
Grab the family. We have the popcorn in the movie. We'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, after a commercial break, Benji will visit the trainer for all 3 of HCC's signature entrepreneurial programs.
When I grow up, I want to work at a school so I can be a teacher.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Recording in progress.
Austin Tenette, the leadership business coach and broker for Transworld Business Advisors, as well as HCC's Entrepreneur in Residence and trainer for upcoming Mattress Mack School of Selling. Welcome to the show, Austin.
Benji, it's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me today.
Quite the introduction there with so many titles, but let's begin with a brief description of the program and including when it starts.
Okay, so it's coming up here. It starts later in August. We'll have all the details for you. But I think the genesis of the program was we, in our Center for Entrepreneurship here at HCC, we do a lot of programming that's for aspiring business owners, startup businesses, and some businesses that have been in place for quite some time. What we have noticed or identified is that one of the biggest struggles most business owners have is acquiring clients or simply the sales process. And so through the Mattress Mack School of Selling, we address that issue or challenge of helping business owners to master the process of sales.
All right, so tell us how that even came to be. I mean, Mattress Mack is involved, obviously. So how did this program even come to be?
So it's like so many other things in life. It was a collaboration of the Northwest president, Dr. Zach Hodges, and Jim McInvale, or Mattress Mack, who've known each other for a number of years. And they'd always talk about, hey, we need to do something in collaboration. We need to do something together. And so, as many of you know, Mattress Mack is a big supporter of educational endeavors. He's got a trade school over at the Gallery Furniture location. Then he's been a big supporter of one of the more famous charter schools here. So they figured out that what does Mack do best, right? He promotes the brand, and so we arrived at the Mattress Mack School of Selling, and Mack's thumbprint is on all of the curriculum that we deliver.
Awesome. And there are 6 sessions to the series, right? So can you tell us some about a little bit about each of the topics?
Sure. It's hard to be brief because I'm so excited about this program because I was fortunate. I was a co-creator and I've delivered all the sessions, but I'm so excited about it. So session 1 is the art of listening, because the concept there is we spend too much time as sellers talking about our stuff, and what it is, a potential buyer wants to be heard. So we talk about how do we ask questions, and more importantly, how do we listen to the responses to those questions to sort of understand how we can best serve a particular prospect or customer. Then we have a session called persistence, and that's where we really get into sort of the nuts and bolts of what a sales process looks like, prospecting, follow-up calls, those kinds of things. Then our third session is we talk about building a book of business. And so this is where we talk about, again, continue getting into the nuts and bolts of the sales process of how we go about identifying an ideal customer And then how do we put those folks into our pipeline of potential candidates? And then how do we nurture those folks to a close? Then our next session is the ability to say no. And this is where we really try to empower sales professionals, because we are, as sales professionals, we're not punching bags. It's okay for us to say no and say, I can't do this for you, but how about something else? Maybe an alternative solution. So it takes some know-how, and most importantly, it takes some courage to be able to say no to a prospect. And then our final one is what do you do after you think you know it all? So and this is where we really leverage Mack's experience and his expertise, because he's a firm believer, and I share this. He said this is a role that's never finished. There's always something new to learn. There's something that's happening in the macro environment that changes people's behaviors and wants and desires. And so we've got to be attuned to that as sellers, and we have to evolve with them as well.
Yeah. And so after this whole thing happens, what could you say a participant really possesses after completing this series?
Well, to quote my friends from the Wizard of Oz, one word: courage. And I share that with you is because oftentimes people are not successful in the profession of selling is because they have fear. They fear what to say, who to say it to, how to say it, and just to pick up the phone or walk into a business and say it. So this is a toolbox that we provide, so we give people the courage with first the knowledge, and with knowledge comes the courage to go out and be bold and start to make things happen as it relates to their sales activities. Most entrepreneurs I run to, they've got their core business nailed. But when you talk about, so tell me about your sales activities, they start to look down at their shoes and they start shuffling their feet, and it's a very uncomfortable conversation. So we're helping them work through that.
Awesome. And then also selling products and services is critical to a company's success. So where would you say is the Achilles heel for most of these small business owners?
So as we talked about a little about before, it's not knowing what to do, and more importantly, not doing it consistently. So one of the things that we talk about in the workshop series, we talk about how do we go about building a sales plan, and then how do we go about holding ourselves accountable to making the things within the sales plan. I mean, so many owners, when they talk about their sales activities, they, well, I just wake up in the morning and if I feel like calling somebody, I will. If I don't, I won't. And so that's not the way to run a great business. Consistency, discipline, that's the things that are important. These are all things that we've gleaned from Mattress Mack when we were setting this program up, and we had interviews with him as we were putting his key principles into play. Yes.
Yeah. I know earlier you told me you're a co-creator of this program.
Yes.
So tell us, your background and how you got to this point to even create a kind of like a school per se.
Sure. So I had been an entrepreneur residence at the Northeast campus for HCC, and had been involved in delivering some of the various programs, involved in the business plan competition, the small business success series. And then when this idea bubbled up, I kind of put my hand up and said, hey, I'd love to help create this series. Because first of all, I love sales. I think I'm with Mack. I think sales is the greatest profession, because it's one of those things that it forces you to stay sharp, because you're always looking to see how things are changing in the market, and then how does that impact your existing client group or prospective clients. So I love the thought. And then I had the opportunity, and I think I should be paying HCC to deliver this, because I had the opportunity to sit down with Mack on a one-on-one basis and interview him for each one of these 6 workshops. So each one of the 6 workshops, kind of as a bonus, is a 3-4 minute conversation with Mack, and he talks about the key principle and what he wants the students in the cohort to walk away with after we go through the session. So it's been just a fabulous learning and professional experience for me as well.
Awesome. And what would you say is different about the HCC Mattress Mack School of Selling course curriculum compared to anything else that's out there in the market?
Yeah, so I think there's several things, but I think a couple of the top ones is that Mack is a known entity in the city of Houston. I've been here 27 years, and the only thing that's been consistent about Houston is Mattress Mack's presence on TV and other media
Yeah.
outlets. And so we all know him. And so, and more than that, we know, like, and trust him because we see where he is when there's terrible things going on in the city, hurricanes, weather events, so on and so forth. He's at the forefront. So he's got this built-in credibility that we say, wow, this is a good guy. We're going to listen to him. And then we know that his store is very, very successful. And so, right, success leaves clues. Who wouldn't want to learn from the master of sales and marketing? Can I tell you just a really quick story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So when we were working on putting the program together, I went out one weekend and I shadowed a couple of his more productive salespeople. And there was a couple that was passing by, and this woman said to her husband, she said, "Honey, we got to buy something from this man. He does so much for the community. I just feel compelled. We need to buy something from him to show our support." And I just said, "Wow, that was the $1 million quote."
Yeah.
And that's who he is. He's just absolutely genuine. Now, I will say, he's probably a little tough to work for because he has high standards, high expectations. But if you're not afraid of that, it's a great environment. And so those are some of the things we're trying to take away to share in our series.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Austin Tenette. He is the HCC Entrepreneur in Residence and trainer for the upcoming Mattress Mack School of Selling. And we'll have all of that info on our post after the show. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Benji. Appreciate it.
All right. Coming up next, we have a quick commercial break. Randy and I will return with some news and announcements. So stay tuned.
When I grow up, I want to work in a lab to build robots.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
And welcome back to Up to the Minute. Benji, what a great guy you got to talk to. I was just saying during the commercial break, I would literally buy whatever he's selling. Whatever.
Yeah. It was a good guest, and you like hearing about Mattress Mack and the nice guy that he is in the community. So it was great to hear about what they're doing there in that program.
It's been a fun show, but we do have some news and events and announcements. So cosmetology orientation, cannot speak, is coming up. HCC Southeast will host another cosmetology. This is not the announcement for me in the future, guys. Orientation to meet its experienced instructors and get enrollment assistance. This is a chance for the students to unleash their creativity and start a journey toward a successful future in the beauty industry. 10 to 11 a.m. Monday, August 12th in the East Side Campus Workforce Building. Check our post after the show for more info.
And next up, we have Coleman Wellness Day for Wellness Month. August is National Wellness Month, so HCC faculty and staff are invited to Coleman College for the Health Sciences for its own Wellness Day celebration. This will take place Wednesday, August 14th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Coleman Atrium. So check out our post after the show for more info.
Maybe we need like tongue exercises or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. We're just not working. But maintaining balance is a key here and in life and for our students. So achieving a student's goal in work, family, life, school, it's all about balance. So HCC is helping with the dream of earning a degree with the One NOW Now program. Designed specifically for part-time students, they can take one class every 5 weeks to begin their commitment to success and earn an associate's degree. So many ways to learn here at HCC. We will work with you. We are just all interested in your success. Check our post after the show for more info.
And then we have Music is Life's Soundtrack. Explore its creative core classes. HCC students can discover the score that defines them by signing up for music creative art core classes. They provide a well-rounded foundation for a career in that or any major. Fundamentals of music, music appreciation, American music, and music literature also satisfy the creative arts requirement for the HCC core curriculum. So for more info on that, check out our post after the show for applying and paying info.
So great. I love those music classes. Look, everybody could use a music appreciation class. Seriously. Also, for me, it just makes me sound like I know something when really I don't. But music is part of our curriculum over at the filmmaking program, so it's always good to have an idea.
Yeah.
Fall registration is now open. Woohoo! So registration for the fall semester is ongoing now with regular and smaller semesters offered in a variety of programs. So you can do a standard 16 weeks, you can do 5 weeks, mini semesters. There's lots of different ways for you to learn. Like all of our HCC courses for summer and fall, they are all offered online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, in person, or hybrid lab. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply. So get in there. No reason not to start. Can start anytime. Lots of options. And coming up next week, we'll learn from one of HCC community outreach coordinators why engaging with the community and other stakeholders is so vital to the success of the college. And I love that we are so responsive as a college to the community, and super excited for that. And for Mental Health Monday, our regular monthly guest, Dr. Sean Fitzpatrick of the Jung Center of Houston, returns. And as I say, every time this comes up, we all need Mental Health Monday all the time. So lots of good stuff. It's been so fun co-hosting with you today, Benji.
Yeah, you too. It's always a pleasure.
And it's a pleasure to be back in Houston when it's this hot. Everyone have a great weekend. Stay cool, stay hydrated, find some air conditioning, and we'll see you back here Monday.